What's the deal, ladies and gentlemen? We're back with the weekly Big Gamer Small Talk podcast. As always, Crap is fashionably late, like he's James Brown, should be here shortly. But this week, we've had a couple big stories come out. It seems like with the announcement of the Switch, and it kind of took some of the heat off Microsoft with the scalebound cancellation. I think we talked about that. It was last week we talked about that. Yeah, scalebound was last week. So everything has been about, the Nintendo Switch this week. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Some people were, really, really hate it. But my brother K Mega has been saying for the last 19 months he needed a Japanese console inside his home. Since the reveal, I haven't spoken to you, K Mega, at all whatsoever about, personally, spoken to you. How do you still feel about the Switch? Were you impressed? The specs don't matter. That Switch 1-2 game, you can't wait to play it. Talk to me.
Well, let me just say this.
Yes.
The show itself was absolutely dog shit. It was a horrible show. It blew away in terms of being the worst show ever. It blew away the PSN experience from the last year, and so that's saying something because that was a horrible show. But man, it was wild seeing grown men look like that or whatever. It was really terrible. But I will say this: day one purchase for me. I cannot wait. I am so excited for the Switch. I'm going to get it. I can't wait to play Zelda. That little sandwich game that they had that they was playing in, that shit looked dope. I can't wait, man. I'm all over it. You call me a sexual deviant all you want to, man. I'm gonna play the shit out that game, son.
We about that Switch, man. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna let you guys right now. I'm about to get on some motherfucking Jesse Jackson Farrakhan shit. I'm about to have a million pony and a million Xbox Smart. We about to come out that bitch and hold hands like Martin Luther King. And we're going to exterminate these motherfucking sexual deviants. Yeah, don't talk to me, man.
Yo, man, I'm telling you.
What is it about the Switch, though? Like, what is it? What has you sold? Like, what is it about it?
All right, pretty much it's just because it's a Nintendo product. I bought the Wii for my daughter a long time ago. It was a gimmick ass system, but she wanted it. I bought it. I seen what it was. I stayed away from it. I stayed completely away from the Wii U. Was not impressed. It was too foreign with me with the controller and all that mess. I just stayed away from it. It's just time for me to get back into Nintendo.
You had a problem with the Wii U controller, but you like the Joy-Cons?
I'm going to buy the Pro controller, man. The one that looks like the 360. It was $60. It was $60.
$80.
That bitch $80.
Okay, well, I'm copping it for $80. Doesn't matter. Look, the thing for me is that I'm ready to have Nintendo to come back into my home, and the fact of that is look, I'm as our boy Mooch would say, nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I still have that nostalgia. Nintendo is still a good family product. It's just what I've been waiting for, man. I'm happy for it. I cannot wait.
You OD'd on that drug. Right now.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm impressed by it. I think it's a real cool, little slick, little system, man. Nintendo is Nintendo. I'm glad that Nintendo has not made any type of adjustments like a lot of people have been wanting to. Yeah, I'm like, look, you know what I'm saying? Nintendo just needs to stay in their lane.
You think that's healthy? That they haven't made any,
Look, let me just make this point, man. Look, I understand that you've been on this crusade about the power aspect of it. Bot's been on that same. He's been on that same rhetoric too. Yo, no. But for real, let me just make this point.
More than that, man.
We sound like the damn. Look, when y'all bringing that shit up about the power and the system needs to be as powerful as the Xbox One, PlayStation 4. You sound like the fanatics that started this whole resolution baby shit from the beginning of this gen. It sounds crazy, man.
Burn.
Look, man, I'm all. It's
truth, though. Light it up.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? You're being like a damn hypocrite. Nintendo stays in their lane.
Speak that truth.
Thank you, crap. And that's, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, crap, fuck you.
I just want the system
never
to
bet
play.
against fat, bro. Never bet against fat. I said,
listen.
I said they would not.
Well, yeah. You know, you was right. No,
Damn right I was.
You was listen. I gave those motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt. This is what I understand. Everyone pegs me as this Nintendo hater. I was rooting and rebelling for them to get their shit together. You know what I mean? Like you see, what's been going on this last 2 years with Microsoft, how they be getting slammed 900p X1, you know, all this shit here. I didn't think that they would come out that bitch and drop another deuce. They can't afford to. You know what I mean? But anyway, but you were absolutely right. But you see, I mean, you told you that the Switch is going to sell 10 million in 1 year. I will bet any one of you motherfuckers a free game.
The problem is, will they have enough supply to meet that demand? That would be the only holdup. I think that it absolutely can sell that much. I think the problem would be, do they have the supply to meet that demand? Because if you look, GameStop sold out. That article just came out. Don't expect to be able to buy one at launch right now unless you already got your pre-order in. So yeah, I mean, if they can keep up with demand, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to hit that.
Crap, that's not a lot of goddamn consoles for the world.
What, 10 million?
2 million for the world.
Oh no. They said that there wouldn't be the supply shortage that the NES Mini has. I'm sure they have more than 2 million.
Article somewhere they're releasing 2 million in March for the world. That's for Japan, North America, Europe. That's not a lot of goddamn consoles.
But that's in March.
Okay.
I mean, let's say they come out with 2 million each month. You know what I mean? I mean, they're obviously going to come out and see how it goes. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what they come out with. I mean, this thing is just obviously geared towards a lot of different people. I think it's something different. If it had just been some bulky, powerful machine, I probably wouldn't have given the shit as much as I do. The fact that it is so different is the reason why I pre-ordered it. So I was like, oh yeah.
Exactly. That's the main thing about it. I'm loving the fact that Nintendo is sticking to their trend. Family-oriented games and their first-party IPs. I understand that you care about the third party, but they don't need all those third-party games. They just need a few.
Ain't gonna play those third-party games anyway.
No, Howard, look, if you want to have a social machine because people are bringing up the whole online aspect of it, then play on the Xbox. It is the king of social gaming. You want to have a single player experience, PlayStation with superior graphics, the PC and the PlayStation is for you. But if you want to have a family oriented system and you want to have something that's different and it has iconic IPs, the Nintendo is for you. It's not meant to be the most powerful. It's your secondary system. And it's also going to be it's also going to have that tablet aspect of it. It's perfect. It's perfect for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but it's perfect for me. I can't wait.
Well, if you look at what the original complaint.
My bad, dude. But I was just gonna say, this sounds like deja vu when the Wii U came out, man. I'm just saying.
Well, if you look at the main complaint with the Wii U, the fact was people wanted that tablet to be able to go everywhere. So
I don't think that's not why it's sold.
Oh no! Look, they confused the hell out of people. Named it the Wii U. They didn't even show the console when they announced. You know what I mean? There was a lot of
to me what the Wii U was the demise was, and I was listening to what K-Maker was saying. That whole family thing when motherfuckers coming over sitting, no one's doing that anymore.
Oh well, I think it appeals to. This is gonna. What you have to understand is this is gonna appeal to non-gamers too.
Not put that price tag. We're talking about again. No,
you don't think $299? Shit, man. Like that's a day at the ballpark, man. Come on.
Okay, let me say it. Look at it like this. All right. Now this whole, and I'm just looking at. I gave you guys the list of the prices that I have them here. Now you're saying to the non-gamers or whatever that may play a game, I'll look at the Switch and it's looking like the Nintendo's going back to that Wii crowd. Like my grandmother, I got her a Wii. Bought one for bingo for church for her. I even bought my aunt one that was in a goddamn nursing home to get her up out the bed, right? But they may have played Wii Sports maybe 2 or 3 times. Okay, they're not going to buy any software. But at that price tag and that get together, the gaming, everyone come over, you need them Joy-Cons about $100 for a box. So hey, that's expensive. You're talking about $300, right, for this console, with again no fucking really third-party support. So no, and again I tell you guys what's more important. Even the casuals, you got $300. Not everybody can afford multiple consoles. So you're gonna buy this. They put out another console again. That's not going to get any AAA Multiplatts. We just seen this movie already before.
It's not going to be anybody's primary console. It's just it's not.
I'm just saying, not everyone can afford just to go out and just spend $300 just to play Mario.
You know,
just go trade in your Wii U, trade in your old PS4s, your launch Xbox Ones. You're good to go.
PS4 or an Xbox One for Switch.
People just maybe have them lying around. Maybe they picked up a Pro. Maybe they just want to try something different. I don't know. But this thing is going to be. This thing is selling like crazy. It's winning March NPD for sure.
We got another Iron Wolf. He done made the switch. He done made the switch.
It's gonna. No. Listen. I'm a longtime Nintendo fan. You'd be absolutely foolish. How many consoles does PlayStation and Xbox sell in March usually? 150,000, 175,000.
You know, whatever.
They don't sell anything. Look, let's say they have a million. Let's say they have a million Switches ready to go in the U.S. in March.
It's gonna sell.
They're all gonna sell a million.
All right.
So they're gonna be number one in March.
Most important thing, right?
Hey, let me tell you this much. I got more Switch games pre-ordered right now than PS4 games. Oh shit! There is no PS4 games.
What Switch games you got?
I got fucking Mario. I got Splatoon 2, Zelda. What's that?
They launched it with 2 or 3 games. They got the Switch
Zelda as well. Look, I'm not gonna like I said. This isn't my primary console.
No, fine. I'm just saying. I also saying.
Yeah,
it
like
also
I'm gonna
software. Because again,
yeah, Mario Kart 8. I'm gonna double dip on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I might get Skyrim when it comes out. Yeah, why not? I love Skyrim.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yo, guys,
I'm playing it on the go while I'm taking a fucking Cerny. Hell yeah, dude.
Yo, guys, I just want to say something. When it comes to third-party support, you guys saw how excited like people were when they saw Skyrim, NBA 2K, and all that stuff. But yet you guys are saying that third-party support isn't important on this thing. This thing is portable. So I think, you guys are kind of underestimating that, third-party support on this thing is actually very important, because if you want to take your, I don't know, Call of Duty or whatever multi-plat that you want, if you want to take that portable, you're like, hey, well, why isn't that on this machine right here? That's going to be something kind of detrimental to Nintendo.
Yeah, but just okay. I'm saying not all third party. Like, I mean, I'm not expecting to see.
Now we're cutting it down even more.
No.
You're not going to see Madden or anything on there.
Well, I mean, if you see, I can see more of a Madden than a Nier. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe if Madden takes off, maybe if it takes off really good, then you might see Madden on there. But like, I think right now they're just kind of wait and see. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, what are we going to see? How's it going to sell and that kind of stuff, which is smart. But like, I'm not interested. I don't care what sports games come out for it. I'm not buying them for, I'm buying it for the first party stuff. That's basically it.
As a presentation, when EA come out, come on, guys, you got to be real with me here. When they just showed FIFA and walked off the stage, they didn't show anything like Battlefield or anything like that. You weren't disappointed at all when that happened?
I was never going to expect Battlefield or anything like that.
No, not a game. Yeah, not a game of that magnitude on there. No, absolutely not. When I seen FIFA, I was excited for that, because look, you got to understand that Nintendo is strictly a Japanese gaming system. It's so soccer is a popular world sport. Basketball is a popular world sport. Football is not. Battlefield 1 would have been cool on there, but
I wouldn't have played that shit on there.
No, but I can play it on my X1. I can play it on my PC or on your PlayStation 4. Man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It needs to pick and choose its third-party games. It doesn't have to have.
Yourself always, right? We just seen what was the biggest gripe about the Wii U? It didn't get any fucking third party. The major triple, those are important. You got to stop acting like those are not important. Those are what keeps a console. When we don't have any exclusives, whether it's the Crackdowns or the Halos to play, we got third party AAA multiplats. You have what's coming out in February. You got Tekken. You got Ghost Recon in March. You got the other big game, For Honor, and the Switch comes out in March, and it's not getting any of those games. So
You can play Zelda.
We've seen this movie already before. Like it's not gonna. This thing is not gonna take off. It's not gonna do well.
I disagree. I think.
Wait. You don't think it's gonna do well? Like, you don't think it's gonna sell out?
I mean, the Wii U sold out.
Yeah, but this
no. I went in and bought my Wii U straight out of the store. No pre-orders, no nothing.
Yeah,
this thing right here. No, this thing right here, like the Wii U sold like something like 2.5 million, but it was never like you could go into the stores and buy it even at Christmas time. This thing is sold out right now, and it's March.
I didn't pre-order one. I swear to God on my grandmother. If I'm lying, she could drop it right now. Just for all intents, I bet you I can walk into my local Best Buy. When that bitch comes, I bet you I can buy one.
Do a video, man.
Yeah.
Do a video.
Yeah.
Do a video.
Look, the thing, the main problem.
And I'm gonna walk to my
Hey man,
car.
I got my all I can say, man, is I got my Zelda fucking collector's edition ready to go.
Nice.
I got my fucking Switch. I mean, did you see that thing come with the Master Sword and everything? Come on, man, that thing's fucking amazing.
I think like K-Mega said, it's a secondary console. This is not. This is like, you know, you guys who are Xbox fans and say, oh, I want JRPGs and this and that. This is a perfect system for you because they're gonna have all the JRPGs and they'll be able to have Mario. So it is. I
gotta say, Xenoblade is one of the few JRPGs that's any good in my opinion, and them having that is pretty cool. I have the one I think for the regular Wii. I believe it was like one of the ones that they ported over here late in the life cycle, and it was actually had a pretty good story and stuff. So the fact that they got that and they're gonna have like the Dragon Quest, you know, like I don't know. For me, it's like,
why do you think it's gonna be successful though?
I just think that this thing piques a lot of people's interest. Like a lot of people talking about it. I don't know. Like obviously the hardcore Xbox guy or the hardcore PlayStation guy might not be swayed by this, but you know, for me, I just think like that new Mario game that looks super inventive. The Zelda game that looks amazing. I was a fan of Splatoon. I thought Splatoon was one of the most underrated games of the generation, and so for them to have a sequel come out, I'm excited for that. Is it perfect? No. Was their show good? No. But it didn't need to be I mean, for me, I was already sold on the damn thing, you know, like it's awesome. No matter what, if you look at it as just a handheld, it's the most advanced handheld ever.
That's the way I look at it, man. Every time I see the thing, all I see is a tablet. I see a handheld, man. And one of my biggest gripes with them is how they're marketing. They're like, well, no, it's a console. I understand you plug it into your TV, but when you look at what they say is a console, like, unless my eyes deceive me, that's a fucking tablet.
Okay,
I mean, well, like, it is a tablet.
You cannot play that Mario game on a fucking tablet or a cell phone.
Most powerful tablet, like,
but to me, that's you ask, why is it going to sell? Just that Mario game in New York City, and you're sitting on your couch or you're in your bed or you're wherever, and you can play that. I'm sorry, that's a big sell to me. That's a big sell to everyone.
Let me make this point. Hold on, Lexi. Let me make this point real quick. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm primarily the only one that really truly games in this house. I go in here and the ladies in this house brought up out of the blue. They seen a commercial about the Switch, and they was like, you know what? I'm not really, I don't mess with the controller and all that stuff, but they're always on their cell phones and stuff, right, playing games. But they're like, that Switch looks really cool. I'm like, really? I mean, it came out of the blue. Now, if you have some non-gamers that comes out and bring up that point of talking about the Switch, that is the demographic that Nintendo is going after. They're going after the people that just sit back and play on their cell phones or their tablets, and they're going after the people that, like me and Kraft, they're saying this is a secondary system, and I'm going to enjoy hooking this up and playing this game on my television. They're going to do okay. Only thing that the Nintendo makes the problem in is they got to have their policies right, and they got to have their first party games come out on time.
Okay, Here's the thing: that Mario game you called, it doesn't come out to the end of the year, right? That's one. They're launching without a Mario. And that audience they're talking about, right?
They're launching with a Zelda, which is phenomenal.
Listen, Zelda's not for the casual. Zelda's not for the casual. That's for the
game. I think Zelda's for everything.
But anyway, so
everybody likes Zelda. Man.
We talked about this a year and a half ago, and we could pull up the Bgst.
Yes, and I have. Yes, you're absolutely correct. We're just talking about that. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I didn't think they would come out there and drop another goddamn underpowered console, seeing how the Wii U failed. But they're putting on another next generation console that can't run any next generation engines.
I don't think that
you can't even get voice chat from the thing. They're so far behind to be able to do triple party games right now. They can't even get voice chat. Supposedly you need a smart device or some shit like that. Basically, essentially, Zaire. This is
I love seeing all the hurt Cowboy fans. I just want to throw that out real quick.
It's good.
I'm just saying, I'm seeing all these memes. It's like so funny.
Oh man,
That was a hell of a game though, but shit, like
That was a
some of these
great
memes
game.
are just great. I gotta say.
You know,
No, I mean, honestly, but I agree to wholeheartedly. I know that's where you were. I told even Zaire that's what you're doing. I was watching that game. It was a fantastic game. But no,
Oh, that's what I was doing, man.
I know. Me
Hold on,
too.
there's one. He's crying, Zeke Elliott's crying Jordan now, and he's like eating L's.
Well, they did it to the Giants last week pretty good. So I mean,
oh my god, hold on.
but on the essentially what this is basically the biggest sell for this is you can take Mario and play a Wii U type S game on mobile, and you know what, that has a lot of, for me, it has a lot of value in my opinion for that price.
Yeah.
Maybe at $249 during the holidays. That shit's not going to get that.
Hey, let's face it, they're gonna sell. They're smart to put it at $299. They're making money off of it. They said they're not losing money. They have that way. They know they're gonna sell out, so why not sell out at the $299? And then later on in the year, if they have to, $250. You know what I mean? Win-win. Like
I said, with all those pieces of plastic and all those parts, we'll say very rare. I just don't see the casuals going out there and spending $500 just to play Mario. You know, just not going to happen.
Oh well, I mean, it's Mario, Splatoon, Zelda. You know, you got Mario Kart. You're gonna have
party games. I'm telling you, that's going to generate a lot of. Yeah, there's going to be people to just flock to that thing just because of those little niche little games. Yeah, I mean,
$299 ain't nothing, man. Hell,
you guys keep talking about this handheld thing. No one bought the 3DS because that was $250.
But this isn't just a handheld. They're actually very clever to market it as a console, and then it's getting a. Did you see it, Tim? I'm sorry. That's just hilarious. But yeah, like so you dock it and it's getting increased performance on a lot of these games. You know, so I think that's very smart for them to market it as a home console, but it's also portable, so you can take it with you or whatever. I can't wait to get it. Honestly, man, I mean, it comes out 2 days before my birthday. I'm fucking excited about this thing.
Now, does the dock actually like boost anything up, or are the games just native at 1080p or 900?
No,
and it just
Zelda
to the screen,
or like Mario Kart. Okay, Mario Kart 8 is 720p on the thing by itself, and then when you dock it, once it goes into the dock, it's 1080 60. So that there is some increased performance with some games, according to Nintendo. I was looking at their fact; it's a little bit weird. With you know, like I was expecting some kind of an achievement system, which it didn't have, or at least they haven't even mentioned yet. I don't know, which is disappointing as hell. You know, that's probably my most disappointing thing. The whole chat thing is weird because you know I have a fucking Windows phone, so obviously probably the app ain't even gonna come to that. So yeah, there's no chat. But then I'm thinking, who the hell am I gonna? Who the hell am I gonna chat to when I'm playing Zelda or Mario anyway? Who gives a shit, you know? So I don't really care. You know, this thing's probably gonna get as much use as my PS4, maybe a little bit more. You know, it's all good. It's still 95% of the time I'm on my Xbox One.
So I think it's gonna hit out of the gate, but I don't know how long.
I don't think it's got legs, man.
It might not have legs. I'm gonna say it's gonna be
software. It doesn't have any software. Look at the lineup. It's still sparse.
Yo, Nintendo busting their load this year. They got like Zelda and Mario and I think Mario Kart. What the hell do they got for like next year and the year after that?
They said they had 80 games ready to come out.
They say they have 80 Nintendo classic titles coming.
Regardless, I mean, you can hate on it all you want to, but the fact of it is that that this system is going to sell, and it's going to put PlayStation in a precarious situation in Japan.
Scorpio.
It's going to put look. You better look at the bigger picture here. When that Switch gets out of Japan, Sony is going to have to man. The Switch is going to sell huge in Japan. So then you got, you know what I'm saying, and then they can go and try to spread the Switch over to other markets. But then if the Xbox does what they're supposed to do and try to take back the United States, then really PlayStation is going to be in a position to hold down Europe. And then you've got both systems coming and trying to take over their European market when they've lost the American market and they've lost the Japan market. Then where else do they go? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, the Switch is going to make things very interesting, especially starting off in Japan. And if the Xbox does what they're supposed to do in the US,
I agree.
All good.
I think though their pricing with the accessories and pricing outside of the United States and Japan, pretty egregious in my opinion. $70 for the Pro controller. That just leaves yourself open for criticism and open for people to take shots and to actually devalue your system. So I think that was kind of a miss. But
I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen like the media really take any shots at Nintendo over this.
Nah,
to be honest with you, like it was so funny because I was looking at the the top 5 stories of the week on IGN, and it's like the Switch is the number 2 story. The number 1 story is Scalebound, and there is no story at all about Sony closing down another studio. So it's I'm looking at like the feed that I follow on my YouTube, and it's like IGN and these things, and it's like Gravity Rush 2 stream, Yakuza 0, and I'm like, who the hell? And there's nobody even watching this stuff. You know what I mean? It's like this is IGN with millions and millions of subscribers. They got a Gravity Rush 2 thing, and there's like 1,500 views on it or whatever. It's like, come on, you know what I mean? And then they're talking about they did 3 things about Scalebound. It's like pretty obvious. Nobody's really bitching or complaining about, the Switch. There is stuff like the whole you pay for the online, then you only kind of rent the games for the month or whatever. I mean, that's lame as hell.
No, it's a paid app. No crap, it's a paid app, and then you gotta pay to download the app, and then you gotta pay to go online. Nintendo lost their goddamn mind.
Well, no, but you get free games.
Smart though. It's kind of smart.
Games with it.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, if you think of it from this aspect, for the online aspect, cell phones can get different, better coverage at different areas. Like if you can get that 4K coverage and you can be in a certain area where normally if you was going off of that tablet and it was using Wi-Fi, it might not work as well. So if you're using off of your cell phone, I mean, I'm just saying, man. Look, look.
Hey, crap. Hey, Megan sound like me and you. You trying to defend the MPDs and Microsoft getting their ass.
Oh, that was fucking. Hey, that was classic because we were like right before me and Next Gen were about to go on the air. He goes, "How the hell are we gonna damage control this?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. We'll think of something."
hey, man. I'm trying to work this. No.
Hey, I wasn't even laughing at that. I was laughing at something that Tim sent. Like these Cowboys things are hilarious.
Man, yeah, he's tripping. But no, I'm just saying. Look, the price point on some of the things that they're doing, it's extremely high. That could hurt them. But I'm just thinking overall, man, Nintendo has something special here. I really do. And I know it sounds crazy. People are like, you bugging. I mean, this is still Xbox, the best box for me. I'm just happy. I'm just excited to have a Nintendo product.
It's something new. It's something different. I mean, for me, look.
Secondary
the PS4 Pro, I don't fucking use that damn thing. Hardly at all. I'll probably get more use out of the Switch, to be honest with you. The games are very unique and stuff. With like the PS4 Pro, or even just the PS4, it's like, I'm gonna play Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted DLC when it comes out. Other than that, I'm good with my Xbox. It's like, and then Scorpio later this year. So when it comes like as far as Nintendo, what they do something that nobody else really does. Like I like their first party stuff. I don't care if it's it could be 5 games that I buy this year. I only own 10 physical PS4 games. You know what I mean? I've had the fucking PS4 for a while and then got the Pro, and there's like literally, no fucking use for it because I'm playing the Multiplatts on my Xbox. I got 125,000 gamer score. It's where my friends are. It's Xbox Live. I got my Elite controller. It just fucking makes sense. With the Switch, it's like that Mario game looks great. It looks new. It looks interesting. That Zelda game, I've been waiting for that for a while. It looks so much better on the Switch than the Wii U. I mean, have you seen the comparisons? It's like it looks really, really good.
I really could tell a difference. Or I mean, they said they. I was one of those. I don't know, it was Digital Foundry. Somebody. So they used all the assets from Wii U games and that's I told you,
pretty much Wii U on mobile, which that's amazing.
That's not bad. $300 for. I'm just saying.
Man, hey, if I could say, man, like for a hobbyist or whatever, man, that I'm not sweating that. I think that's a good
we're talking casuals though, man. Like, K Mega talked about everybody on their phone. Now the thing about that is everybody has a phone already. Once they see the $300 price mark, are they going to be like, "Hey, I still want to get that," or are they going to go back to their
trade
phone?
in your Wii U, get $125 towards it, get it? You know what I mean?
It's like I said before, but when people got those Pokemon games and those Mario games on their cell phones, they spent a hell of a lot more than what their phones was worth on those free games.
But they had the hardware in their hands.
But just think with Nintendo starts letting those free games come over there to their tablet, it's over for them, man. They're gonna make so much money, man. They're gonna make y'all look like fools, bro.
Did they announce those free games coming over? Did they announce that?
It's gonna come. I mean, that's I'm pretty sure that's a part of their agenda, man. I'm pretty sure that's a part of their agenda.
Hey, listen, I got a question for the panel. It says, "Got his name C Blanks on Twitter." He says, "Grandmas and grandpas didn't buy the Xbox 360 or the PS3 after they bought the Wii, the casual games. The casual gamers only buy one console, so they bought the if they bought, usually if casual gamers buy two consoles, the Xbox one would have sold much better. So he said if the casual market that you guys are talking about already have one console, they're not going to go out and buy a Switch."
But this is Mario. This is how you're not going to want to play Mario in that New York. That Mario looks good. I got news for you. That Mario looks really good. And the Zelda.
I see your big ass playing Zelda.
My big ass would be on a couch. I'm fucking eating a cheeseburger and playing it. It's portability.
Mamma mia, play Mario.
For me, it's portability. I have to see the social features. I have to see that online. Listen, I remember when in 2007 when Miiverse or Miiverse came out, I was like, wow, this could be so huge. They never built on that. I was so into that. I thought that was going to be a big network thing. I want to see how. I want to see how they attach that. Now, if they have a their pay to play service for the two games I think you get for a month is horrible. If you have to use another app, I got to see how the app works. But I wouldn't possibly be interested in buying into their ecosystem. I like Nintendo. Yeah. I like Mario. All my nephews love Mario and Nintendo. So for me, it's like, hey, I can get this portable device and play. When they come over, I can say, hey, go on that, and I'll go on the Xbox or whatever. It's more of a for me, as an older adult.
You get the Wii U?
No, I'm talking about I have the Wii U. Yeah, I got the Wii U after, like 2 years ago. But for me, it's like, it's just the portability that's the big sell. I mean, to play that on a plane, if we're going to like Florida, I could play freaking Mario. That's huge.
Or you could play Skyrim. Shit. I mean, damn.
Or I could play Skyrim, or I could play basketball, or to me, and that's gonna. It's not gonna look. It's gonna.
You can play 1-2 Switch. You don't even need to look at the screen, bro.
No video and video games. That's amazing. Innovation.
That's innovative, bro.
I've never seen somebody out in the public playing a game on an iPad, man. That big ass. They might walk on the street with that shit, man. And if you out there in New York, that shit ain't happening, man. That big ass. You can't even put that bitch in your pocket, man. I just don't think this thing's gonna take off. But like I said, we shall see.
I think it'll take off with legs. You might be right about the legs at all. They might not have legs.
Well, I will say this: that for all the people that switched over and started talking about Japanese games and shit like that, they made PlayStation look like dog shit in that department because they were showing all types of JRPGs. I mean, they were killing it on that aspect. I mean, that little Square Enix RPG game looked like Final Fantasy. No, it was Final Fantasy something. But it looked like the old school Final Fantasy 3 or 4, whatever. It looked really dope. Like
I don't think I saw Square Enix show was Dragon Quest 10 and 11.
I thought that was a Square Enix game, that little JRPG that
it looked like the paper cutouts and like
it looked like Paper Mario. Yeah, it looked really good.
Dragon Quest something, you know what I mean? But that Switch again won't be getting the Final Fantasy 15s and the 7s, the remakes. Won't be getting any of those.
Yeah, but most of us have, like, if you're really interested in that stuff, have an Xbox or a PlayStation. Like, I would never play that shit on a Switch anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
I mean, I get you guys. I'm not. You guys like it. You guys are sexual deviants. I get it, but I can't fly with that, man. But crap, I see you had some news with the with Phil with throwing hints at Scorpio new games or something.
He was saying that they've got on Twitter. He came out and said that they're not gonna shy away from doing the new IPs and stuff. So somebody was asking about like specifically E3, and he kind of hinted at they have some new IP and some new stuff to show off at E3. So I think that's a pretty good sign. I mean, he also said that he played Crackdown 3 and the cloud stuff is good and it's the best Crackdown he's played. And and he also said Phantom Dust remaster is coming along fine as well, and it's fun to play. So I like props to him for getting out there ahead of that. Nonsense. He could have just did what Sony did. I mean, when they closed down the studio and not said anything or done anything, just kind of let the media damage control. I was waiting for the 15 articles on N4G and NeoGAF about Sony closing another studio, and nope, never happened.
Nothing?
I mean, I was waiting for Shinobi to write how he was concerned with the PlayStation brand, and
he was concerned for a day. He had inside sources for a day about Crackdown 3. But that was just all made up, concern trolling bullshit.
Yeah,
and then Phil had to come out and say that. I knew that. I spoke to somebody that was, he saw the game in December, and he said that he's never seen anything like it. The same person also saw Scalebound and said it was more than a year away. It had major issues.
Yeah, I heard possible 2019 even. Yeah. Which, if you think about this game, right? And I know a lot of people. I wasn't here. I mean, I was watching. I'm a big football fan, obviously, so I was fucking watching that game. I'm like, BGST can wait a few. You know what I mean? Like, I'm watching the end of this game. But anyway, so yeah, like. That's what I heard too, that they could have been a couple years away. This game was supposed to have a 3-year development cycle, got pushed to 5, and they're like, oh, we might need a couple more years, but in the meantime, we'll be glad to take more of your money, and then we'll see if we can't push out these other games. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, it kind of is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, people want to blame Phil. At what point, as Phil Spencer, do you look at this development team and say, okay, well, now that would take it into a 7-year cycle where we're paying these people for a JRPG on Xbox, and how much money we're going to make from this, how many people are going to buy this? I mean, at some point, you cut your losses. The development team dropped the ball. The development team were the ones that seem to care more about every other game they're developing than this game. Apparently, like, I don't know what anybody else is.
When you usually have a cancellation, you usually have fault. I mean, you could say that the oversight of the studio from Xbox wasn't good as well. They weren't on top of the situation. So, but I do think in this situation, being that if they really felt that Xbox was scumming them the way the internet is and the way everything is, they would have just came out and said, these guys are scumbags. But for Kamiya to come out and say, well, we're sorry, we're disappointed. There's a little give and take there. So, I just think that people just morph that into concern trolling, these fake so-called, gamers, all putting out these stupid rumors of Halo 5 not having, Halo 6 not having a single player, Gears 5 not having a single player, Crackdown 3 in big trouble. All that stuff was just floated because, it was open season. And we say this time and time again, Xbox is, held to a higher standard, and they're held to a different set of rules. And that's a fact. I don't care what anybody says. I'll go and we can go over everything. They are just held to a different, they're held to a different level. And and I just think everyone does that.
Yo, Tim, I think Microsoft, Phil Spencer, Xbox, they have to go big with Crackdown. I mean, they got to promote the shit out of this game. I'm already hyped for it, but they got to let everybody out there know, people who are even like kind of semi into video games, that they're going to see something in this game that has never been done before, man. I can't wait for this game to come out.
Yeah, I do have to agree that when I was watching the football game today, and PlayStation came out with their commercial, and it was dope. It was a dope ass commercial. It was a lifelike Kratos and a lifelike that chick from Horizon Zero Dawn, and this kid was helping them fight and everything. It really cool looking video. That's why I was sitting there. I was talking to Don about this, and it was just like, you know what, Xbox, when this Scorpio gets revealed, the gloves needs to be off. There shouldn't be any holdback, because you're going to have to sell this system, and you're going to have to show these games on this system. So you got to cut loose. And so we were basically coming up with the idea of like, you know what, PlayStation goes with television. I know Microsoft goes primarily online and things like that, but Xbox needs to go back on television at certain points, especially during sports events and like the primetime movies. That would be huge for them, because people will see that.
Yeah, I think that their marketing budget's going to be quite high this year. You could make a case, if Xbox really doesn't do well with Scorpio, that they might not dabble in the console market. But I think that
don't start that doom and gloom shit.
No. I mean,
don't you start that shit.
I don't.
I'll send that shit to Hades quick as hell.
No, but you could say.
Last week was horrible. God damn it.
No, you could say that this is kind of a make or break, or it's a big deal. But with what they have, and the way the Pro looks like it's getting outsold by the PS4 greatly, and people seem to. I think
I called that too. Look back to the earlier ones. I said that shit's the Trojan horse. I said the Pro wasn't even going to sell that well.
Maybe it'll sell after a while, but it might pick up. But Scorpio.
No, they already dropped the price of that thing to like $350 or whatever. The problem is, it could be the same thing that the Scorpio faces, is the fact that most people just want to play the games, I guess, and I guess some of them
that you have this core gamers that went over to Sony when the Multiplatts were better. Xbox is going to take the Multiplatts in a big way, and
that's going to be important.
They also have the online, so you're dealing with a system that you're basically taking back the Multiplatts in a big way, and you have the superior online by far, faster, more reliable. We can go, we know,
as proven by a third party.
As per, and we all know that. But we already knew that until that came out. But
hey, I mean, we can change our name, so
that's
it's
a huge thing. So I do think that a lot of people are going to want to play the best version of Red Dead Redemption or whatever big game third party, because third party really does run this business. It runs the industry, and I do feel that you're going to get a large majority of those gamers to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to go back to Xbox, because a lot of them were on Xbox with 360, and there was a lot of people that were pissed about the power. We could say, well, it was such a big deal that certain games were 900p and certain games were running.
Seems like forever ago now, though.
Yeah, it does seem like forever ago. But I'm going to tell you something. Digital Foundry is they're not gonna just if a game's native 4K, they're not gonna downplay it. The disparity in the power delta between both systems, and the way it's going, there should be a big difference in frames.
Sony made a 2K console, and Microsoft makes a 4K.
But there's also, if they have 12 gigs of RAM, they could have 4K textures. One doesn't. There could be it could be a pretty sizable difference in multi.
I want to see grass comparisons on games. That's what I want to see.
We all knew it was all bullshit. At least we all knew it was bullshit.
You know what's funny though? That GTA grass comparison I thought was a joke at first, and then it turns out it wasn't a joke, and then I was like, damn, I feel bad for this
Well,
generation.
you know that guy, that weirdo Rad Gamer 420. He was always tweeting Phil, and then he was
he was a big Xbox dude, and then I woke up to like Drive Club stuff,
right? And then he went back to Xbox for like
he
2
messaged
months.
me on Xbox Live. He goes, "Sorry, bro, we unblocked me on Twitter," which I usually never unblock people. I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna unblock you, but if you get weird, I'm never unblocking you again."
Right.
And he got weird again.
Of course, because those are the type of flip flop peoples that this Rad. There's a bunch of them. This Rad 420, but that guy. I remember I was like, I said, Rob, whatever his name was, I said, there is more grass in the PS4 version, and he was like, you fucking don't know what you're talking about. There's more grass in the Xbox version, and he totally fucking freaked out and blocked me. That was the last time I talked to him because I said that there was more grass in the PlayStation 4 version. So this is the type of shit that people actually go crazy. Now you realize when we hear that one's 4K and one's not, that's going to be a big thing that goes around. And there's going to probably
let me damage control like a Sony fanboy real quick. It might be 4K on Scorpio, but I only got a 1080p TV, so who cares?
And there's this conception that it's going to be a 1080p 60 frames per second system. Listen, you're not even running the games well right now. Your bandwidth is 218. Xbox is 320. Xbox is going to have a better CPU. They're going to have more stable frame rates. There's either way you turn, multiplats are going to be superior. And when that happens, and when that day happens, you're going to see a lot of shit flying, and you're going to see probably a lot of ugliness because that's just the way sometimes that crew works.
Yeah.
Not all of it. I'm not generalizing their whole base, but they definitely have a large majority of people that just are toxic, and they're going to get really toxic, or they'll just become Xbox fans. That's the way it works. That's the way it works.
Like, it's funny when I still see like a couple of people mention resolution. Like I saw someone mention that Mass Effect is only 900p on Xbox One. And I'm like, really, is that still the argument? Do you really want to go with that right now? Because honestly, Scorpio comes out, that's going to be the thing that people is going to get shoved up their ass the hardest.
Right.
When you got native 4K games and going against 1400p, that's a huge difference. 1600, whatever. That's a huge difference.
Run better frames.
Yeah. And you know what? Developers are going to want to show their games off running on the native 4K one. The problem that Xbox had was even with games that they had deals with, a lot of times, like, you'd still see like the companies show off the PS4 version because it had a slightly higher resolution or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see that same thing happen, but for Xbox. Like, say Sony has the deal for an Assassin's Creed, but that thing only runs 1400p on the Pro, and it's going to run native 4K on the Scorpio. Guess which one IGN's getting the copy of? Guess who's going to get the majority of the review copies? They're going to want to send out the ones that look the best and perform the best. And that's going to be Scorpio. And that is going to be hard for people to deal with. Look, do I think it's a big deal? Because right now I have both, and I still prefer playing on my Xbox One just because that's my preferred platform. Now, PlayStation fans, they're the ones that are going to have to deal with, were they full of shit when they said power and resolution mattered? Are they just PlayStation people and that's their preference? Or are they going to be, live up to what they were saying and say, hey, maybe I'll get a Scorpio and play the best? That's on them.
It'll just change around. I mean, they lived off that multiplat superiority for a long time when they were having really weak holidays. I remember one guy, Jacklemans, whatever his name, used to say, "Oh, well, we get the best version of every multiplat every game." It's not even a question. Well, now that's going to go back to Xbox, and guess what? It's probably going to be a bigger deal. And for people who say, "Well, there's going to be parity." There might be parity on some games, but I guarantee you, if you're a developer and you have a console that can, look better and advertise your game in a better way with, say, 4K textures and 4K native and look better and have, certain types of effects that are enabled because of the added horsepower, they're gonna look to do that.
Not only
I was gonna say the Xbox is the Scorpio is basically putting developers in a position is because it's so powerful that it's forcing them to like, look, we want to see what this machine can actually do, because if it was only just slightly more powerful, then it would be a lot of that parity. But I think because of the power aspect of it, it's going to put developers in a crazy position to where they want to show what the Scorpio can do.
Let's just pretend you're a developer, and Xbox, you were going to say something, so I'm going to let you take this. So if you're going to make your game the best looking game, or you're going to just double it down to the lowest denominator because it's less work, what do you think you're going to do as a developer?
Well, dude, for developers that love their craft, love what they do, of course they're going to try to push the boundaries and make their game as beautiful as possible. I was wondering, with all this being said and done, and these multiplats and how much better they're going to look and perform on Scorpio, I think Xbox is going to end up being the lead platform for multiplats once Scorpio drops and moving forward. I wanted to know what you guys think about that. Can you see them kind of taking over as the lead platform for multiplats coming through?
For most games, unless they specifically have some kind of deal tie-in with Sony. Sony's going to do everything they can to kind of push the power difference under the rug, which will be kind of funny considering how they pimp the 1080p nonsense for like
posting up charts on Twitter, charts on Twitter, better gamers because of resolution. Yeah, we could go down. We could go down the line of what they did.
Yeah, Yoshida was posting fucking resolution difference charts.
And he said that he makes you a better gamer. And listen, he played that up. I posted all that stuff, but you have a game in Resident Evil 7, which is coming out, I think, in 2 days, right?
Yeah.
That looks like it's a UWP game. I'm not positive, but that game right when it launches, supposedly, now this is unconfirmed, but supposedly is going to be transitioned by very little work to, if it's on the UW platform, Scorpio 4K 60. So
yeah, that's what Jez was saying. He did an article for Windows Central about that. And yeah, so that game would be one that would do that. So what I also heard was non-UWP Xbox games use ERA, which is exclusive resource access, to block background apps and take control of the machine. UWP Xbox games use game modes, which works across all Windows 10's devices. So while game mode will have a bigger gains on PC for UWP games like Forza Horizon 3, game mode wasn't enabled. You'd get drop frames whenever the Xbox did something in the background and stuff like that. So
gamers, and not to interrupt, but PC gamers who want the best looking games, they should want it on UWP for not to be exclusive. I understand that they want it on Steam, but a game like Resident Evil, if it's developed on UWP, will be available to Steam day one. But you should want that. You should not want your game developed for the Pro or the PS4 for the lowest common denominator. It's just gonna bring down the game. So PC gamers, you guys like to hate Microsoft, but if you want the best looking games and you want the best looking games to run the best on your PC and look the best, you should want them to develop on UWP. And, I'm not saying make it exclusive to the Windows Store, because I think that I can understand why some have resentment for that and stuff like that. They have, but if they could port it and have it day one and, right from Steam, that's huge, like they're doing with Cuphead. But that's not a good example, but that is a day one release. That's a UWP title that's going to be on Steam. So it's definitely possible. And I think Resident Evil is the same thing.
Let me ask you guys a question. So we get in Scorpio this holiday season, November, probably a week before Black Friday or the week of Black Friday. And right now, what is the PS4 Pro? Is it still $400? Or is it like $350 or $370?
I don't know. I'll check right now. I heard there was deals, but we'll check right now.
Let's say $400, right? Yeah. Now I've been hearing this argument that no one's going to really care. No one's going to pay $500 for the Scorpio. And I had this to say that if Microsoft or the console, whatever, comes out and it looks noticeably better graphically, I'm not talking about their digital foundry and you got to do side by side and who got more grass. If the games look better graphically, and this you can tell, I don't think they have a problem getting $500 from the console. What do you guys feel about that?
I still think you're going to see a $399 version. But here's the thing: just the way we're limited and how we see HDR, how they advertise it, because if you don't have an HDR monitor or TV, you can't see it. how are you going to see here's Xbox Scorpio game running 4K if you don't have a 4K TV? Or like, it's going to be hard to get this point across, and that might be the uphill battle.
Not the resolution. Like comparing the Xbox 360 game to a Xbox One game, you can tell the difference graphically. You know, resolution.
Yeah, but again, also, do you notice how, like, if you notice, Sony almost doesn't advertise the Pro. Have you guys noticed that? Like, they're afraid to piss off the make it look that much better or whatever. Like, they're afraid to piss off their fan base. You have to wonder, will Microsoft do the same thing? I don't know. That could be part of the reason why the Pro is not really selling. People aren't really seeing a need to get that. You had some of the hardcore that went out and got it or whatever, or idiots that forgot to cancel a pre-order. But yeah. So, I mean, with the Scorpio, Microsoft has to do a good job of showing off the difference, but also can't like make people feel like shit if they don't get one. You know what I mean?
They're going all in. I can tell you, I had asked about that question, and I had asked, and basically I was told, 2015 we're just going to focus on on Xbox One S, and in 2017 it's going to be Scorpio. They're fully behind it. If they do in fact have, let's just say Resident Evil 7. Let's just take this example. And if Jez's article is true, and let's just say that this is true. Now we're going into a hypothetical, so don't lose your shorts. If Pro is not,
we're musing.
If Pro has that game, okay, just that game in checkerboard and 30 frames, and then Scorpio comes out and it transitions into 4K 60, that's gonna blow the fucking doors off the internet. Because people are just going to go, what the fuck? That is a huge difference. That is not 900p to 1080p. So the power delta, like I said, we don't know what it is, but I think Microsoft is pretty behind the fact that they got a real strong machine, and they're going to leverage that. They're not going to, props to Sony. They're selling the PS4s. It hasn't stopped even without the 4K. I'm a little surprised, but people talked about the MPDs. It looked like Microsoft had their best ever month, which is 1.35 or over. Okay, because in 2015, I think November, they had 1.3. So they had their best month ever. Okay, so the Xbox One S is holding its own against two systems. Now, when Scorpio hits
and VR.
Yeah, and VR. Now let's even though VR is not countable, let's be honest. Now I just put a thing. I just gave you an article in our chat.
It's funny. People will still say the Xbox One's at like 20 million, despite the fact that we know that they sold like probably close to 3 more million over the holidays. Right. You know what I mean? Just here alone. Like, and people are still like, it's 53 million to 20 million. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to point out how ridiculous that is.
Up. Now, let's be honest. Now, you hear all these spin doctors, these Sony guys on Twitter. Yeah, we won MPT, man. Now, this month, it looks like they won by another 100K or around there, okay? Because they came out with that, Microsoft came out with that. They were the most selling. And if you go back and you do the numbers, it's about 100K. So, if Scorpio comes out and they only outsell, Pro by 80, that would all be switched around. That would say, Microsoft can't even Scorpio, such a big deal, only outsell.
Oh, I got called damage control when I said they released the Pro and only won by 100K. People are like, damage control. And I'm like, look, I'm on record. If the Scorpio comes out and only wins by 100K, that's kind of sad in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they're going to see.
Because also the price of the OG and the OG Xbox and the S is going to be dropped down in price as well. So if the Scorpio and all those three systems only outsells PlayStation by 100K, I think that during the holiday last year it was like selling for $149, $150. So
I'm saying they still got the OG Xbox. I ain't seen one of them bitches forever.
Oh, I mean, I've seen them on sale for $150, $150.
Yeah, nobody wants that shit though.
So I mean, but just for people that just want to have a you know, a system that doesn't have one, and they see the cheaper price point. I understand that they're kind of phasing them out, kind of like they're phasing the vanilla PlayStation 4s out, but you know, it's still going to count towards the MPD. So I would agree. I would definitely agree.
You know, I just want to put in when we were talking about seeing the difference when it comes from Scorpio to, you know, either the 1S or even the PlayStation 4 Pro. The one thing that Scorpio I think has going for it, it's going to be easier to see the difference because they're going to be using the PC textures, the PC lighting, the PC shadows and stuff like that. It's going to be easier to see it no matter if you're on just a 1080p television or if you're on a 4K television. You'll be able to see the difference between the two a lot more, and Scorpio is definitely on top with that.
Yeah. And then also, I don't know if you guys read that one report when they was talking about the whole Zen. I was reading something that that my boy from PK Entertainment was showing, and on his video, and it was basically saying back from way back when that one guy was from the Xbox that was pissed off because everybody was talking about how underpowered the Xbox was, and he said, "You have no idea how powerful that this system is," and all that. Well, the whole secret sauce thing.
Oh goodness!
From my no. Check it out. From my understanding, from what I read, I read this like a week and a half ago because I made a video about it, and they were basically saying that once the Scorpio comes out, that they will have the so-called secret sauce to where where for games that's not 720p to 900p, they can all upscale to 1080p. So don't know if that's legit, but it was in the article. It was talking about with the whole Zen and all of that. So just put that out there.
So I mean, I can see that happening because the Xbox One S, you get a slightly better performance, you know, from the standard OG Xbox. You know, I don't know, you know. And again, let's just say, like, you know, Mike, you know, as far as what their API, so I don't see. I mean, maybe like even probably all of the older games, maybe like Rise, and I think or Sunset Overdrive, if they could, you know, do it or patch it, and some of the older games also come up to like 4K 60 or something, I think that would be huge. You know what I mean? That'll be a big, you know, selling point. You know what I mean?
It would be a boost to games that you already have, man.
Yes, you know what I mean. Going back out there, double.
Yeah, I heard rumors of that too. Well, I guess we gotta wait and see. It's been tough on the fans because we've been, been going crazy about what's this, what's that. So I'm hoping they have the event. Even though if I was in their position, I'd just hold it to E3 and just stick my middle finger up because I think that will just take the show. But I'm hoping for personal that
that guy broke his fucking TV.
I saw that. Oh man,
what happened, Crap?
No, I'm terrible. Yeah,
this Dallas guy fan, he runs into his fucking big screen TV. He's like, "Fuck the Packers!"
Oh no!
Oh my God. Is the Cowboys your most hated team? Because I know you hate them.
They aren't my most hated team.
Your most hated team.
I hate the Patriots and the Steelers. So, but it's just like the Cowboys are one of those teams that a lot of people bandwagon for, and I hate that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it gets annoying.
Patriots,
you know, like people,
Seattle for me.
Yeah, like people, you know what? Like nobody gave a shit about Seattle before they won the Super Bowl a few years ago.
Yeah, but they just honestly, I never really had a problem. This year, I really was watching their games and just don't like them.
Yeah. Well,
I
for me,
hate
it's
the
like
Eagles. I hate everyone.
Yeah. Your division teams, like me, I hate Cleveland, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, but the Patriots are definitely up there. And then like for the NFC,
Patriots.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Cowboys fans are weird. You know, like they're, I don't know, like just as a sports fan, they're weird. You know, just like I just thought it was funny. Like a lot of them like to talk shit to me and stuff this year, and I was like, because I'm a Ravens fan mostly, and so they're all like, "Yeah, man, how about them Ravens?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. Ravens won just as many playoff games as the Cowboys this year, so hey, fuck 'em." You know what I mean? Like they're both watching the playoffs, so it doesn't matter. Like the Ravens could have got in there and lost the first round. You know what I mean too. So whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, fucking Rodgers is the man, dude. That dude fucking roped that to end that game, man. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, he punished it.
Oh, I never seen like that guy can fucking throw.
I think Zaire is better than him as a quarterback, though.
You think?
Yeah, so he runs the option.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I just got sent some 2 articles here. I guess we kind of covered this, but I can see. Thank you for sending it to me. It says, PS4 Pro sales suggest Sony is hiding to respond to high specs for PlayStation demand. So, and it does appear that the PS4 Pro is not selling as well as they.
It's not selling as well as the PS4. The PS4 itself is really the seller.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, you could get that shit still. I think the PS4 right now, like $225 and shit.
Yeah.
Like I keep seeing it like a huge like sales and stuff on the regular PS4 and the Slim, like that Uncharted 4 Slim bundle. Yeah, like no wonder that thing sold 8.7 million copies of Uncharted. That thing's like been $200 for like months. You know what I mean? Like I know like people flipped out when I'm like, hey, you know. That was the big bundle. If you looked at Amazon, that was like the main one. I know people were like, but no, look, crap, they had this other bundle. I'm like, you never saw that bundle anywhere. The bundle that sold was the fucking Uncharted 4 bundle. And now they're like, hey, you know, Uncharted 4, 8.7 million. Like, come on.
Well, that was definitely the SKU definitely helped it.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things that they always talk about with Halo was the bundles. But then, of course, because Uncharted 4 is up to 8.4 million. They're they're discounting the bundles. Come on now.
Now I have a little bit of switcheroo here. Now, what do you guys think? Do you guys want this Halo Blocks game? Do you think that it would be bad, or do you think
I like it? I think it would bring. I know you want to send it to Hades, but I think it would bring a whole new. I think it'd bring a whole new group of Halo fans in, maybe even younger ones or whatever. You know, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, yo. Oh,
send that shit to Hades. Oh, that shit sounds horrible.
Yo,
man, you got Minecraft. Leave it alone. No blocks. Now, the one thing that I heard that tripped me out. This was during the 360 era. Matrick turned down a Halo MMO. Now that would have been amazing.
Donnie D was a huge asshole. Canceled a lot of games. Turned down a lot of games.
Yes,
he turned down the Cameo sequel. He canceled the Perfect Dark reboot that was going to be like this.
Man, Donnie D, bro. Watch
Donnie D.
Hey, next gen. Hey, next gen. You know what? There was a game that was screaming you, and that dude shut it down. It was called Cypher. Cypher something. It was a cross of Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid, and he cut the. It was supposed to be a first-party IP. It was supposed to be Xbox exclusive, and he pulled the plug on it. I didn't know that until I did some research.
Send that shit to Hades.
Yes, he did. He said, "We're done."
K-Mega, we were in a chat and Rand was there, and he was like, we were all talking. It was like 15 people, and he's like, yeah. He's like, didn't fucking K-Mega send that shit to Hades? And we were all cracking up, man. That's a great slogan.
You know, a game on 360 that was actually kind of cool looking that got canceled was this game called Huxley. I don't know if you guys ever remember.
I never was into that. I thought that was. I remember Huxley.
That was like in 2006, 2007.
Yeah, that was big. You know, it was supposed to.
Devils. There was another one called Devils or something. It was like a big war, like an MMO. They never seen. I think the studio went out of business.
Hey, shout out to my man Jay Williams for the new graphics as well.
Great job.
Yeah, he hooked me up with the albino rhino, and he's even got the accurate Gears of War tattoo that I have on my arm and everything. So yeah, that is good job. He did my graphics, man, on Twitter, on the Facebook page, on the YouTube page, all that stuff. So yeah, who
did the other one? The one that I kept making fun of you for and said get that shit out of it. The yellow one that looked like NeoGaf. Was that?
Oh, he was the one. It was like it was the mayonnaise thing with the fox, right?
Oh, it's
it was more of a joke. You know what I mean?
No, this one. Don't change this one. Yeah. This one's not.
No. This is the one.
And you got your music down too with your videos. Sometimes you fuck up too much, and some of that shit's like, what the fuck?
Hey, I'm indebted to Jay Williams, man, because when I first came in on that first episode of BGST, man, I was looking lost. Everybody Yeah, man.
What'd you
Jay
say?
Williams
You were
got
like,
quick on that, man.
he was like, I got that swap meet graphic.
Yeah, I got it from the swap meet.
Yeah.
And you know what? And
graffiti art.
And I gotta, you know, and I'm not throwing my boy under the bus, but he made it for me, Anchorman V, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, no, that's my boy, man. He made it for me. But yeah, man, when compared to everything else was going on, man, my shit was looking rough. I was like, Jesus,
that's
help
why
me.
he did it. You knew that shit was fucked up. You would just do
Oh, come on now, come on.
Nah,
now.
that guy is horrible, man.
Also,
That
shout out to Jay Williams and Sean Lepre. They also did that Xbox ICXCM. They did that the prototype or the Xbox. What do they think the Scorpio looks like? And if you haven't seen that article, like really, you know, those guys are so talented. Tom, I mean, I gotta say, Xbox community. There's just so many people with so much talents and you know, people helping each other out. My man F Cruz. You know, he does all the stuff that I post, the stuff that's in my banner. You know, I gotta say that we really do have a good bunch. You know, and,
yeah, the best community around, man. The best gaming community around.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think this community been so buddy if we would have been the council leader? Wouldn't get like that.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I won't even hesitate, dude. It was funny, yo. Yo, Tim just said happy birthday to me today, and the whole fucking stables just flooded, yo. No, dude, Tim, don't. There's no apology necessary. That was absolutely hilarious, yo. But dude, like, yeah, this community like definitely sticks together, man. A lot of stuff, yo. Xbox Pope making me some crazy graphic controllers and stuff like that. People, you know, giving each other games and shit. Yo, it's been crazy. It would still be the same way, I think, anyway, man.
And what the hell would these fanatics, these PlayStation fanatics, talk about? If it wasn't for BGST or any of these Xbox channels,
they got mad about happy birthday.
They don't have shit to talk about.
When they're seeking out. Now, I felt bad because I just simply said happy birthday. And then,
don't even, man. Tim,
no, I know, but I mean, when like there was like 2 hours of these stupid PlayStation guys. I don't know if it's one person that's mentally ill that just talks under 3 accounts, but I've been dealing with this for 3 years, you know, and you know, a lot of people, those people, like, I don't know what the fuck the malfunction is there, but if you can't say happy birthday, if happy birthday triggers you, it's time to take a fucking vacation.
Oh, by the way, dude, happy birthday, Xbox. I
happy birthday
this morning. I was like, happy birthday, Xbox 3546667.
Yo, dude, you have
yeah, I was like, King Neutral and all that stuff. You know,
yeah. How old are you now? 13?
Yeah, yo, I
didn't know he was that damn old. He's like damn near 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the bass in my voice is actually going to drop this year. I'm really excited.
Scorpio hits.
Start growing hair in random places. You know what I'm saying? But,
he's finally dropping them balls. Them balls are finally swelling. So he's turned into a man, people. Good job.
I'm like, damn. Shit,
but dude, yo, Tim, they are nervous, man. All I put was I put thank you and I put year of Scorpio, and yo, they went nuts. I was like, holy shit.
I mean, I was fighting it back because I couldn't believe that they were all hitting you up. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm just saying happy birthday. And they all follow me on the sock accounts, and then I'll block them, and then they'll follow another. But I mean, come on, just why can't you go play your own system?
Yo, Tim, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, this is entertainment for me to see them act as fucking idiotic as they do. Dude, I sit back and I watch it like a fucking Spanish soap opera, yo, start eating the popcorn. Like, yo, this shit's hysterical to me, man.
Yeah, you know, I really don't see Xbox guys seeking out people like that.
No.
There's some fools out there that does some things.
And if they do, and if they
pee on things, but you know, I still got love for my boy.
You know what? If they do that stuff, they should be told that it's wrong. And you know, the fact is that you know anything stupid is stupid, and that's just a rule. But I do find that for the most part, Xbox guys are a little more mature, or a little more older. and we got a lot of a good, a good thing with each other. We stick together, and you see the things that Tom does, or you see the things that Crap and Zaire do with their videos, and you and the pods. We do that for the community, and it's not really for anybody else.
Oh, they didn't have anything to go to. Just go, you basically. It was all PlayStation, and still, like, a lot of the main media is just all PlayStation. So it is nice to have places you can go and hear. I get thanked all the time. They're like, man, I didn't even know that the Xbox could do that, or nobody even says that the Xbox can do this or that. You know what I mean? Or I got tired of hearing all the negative stuff about how, no-use games and how Xbox sucks. And even now, it's like people just go with this narrative that there's no games or
Do you think we could just do,
Oh, you know what? I think people call us like a quote unquote cancer or whatever, and I think that's pretty unfair, to be honest with you. Because first of all, if that were true, man, wouldn't we be the ones going around harassing and stalking people? Like, I just block people and move on. I don't even respond to these people. I don't go to PlayStation channels. I don't go to. I don't follow PlayStation people on Twitter. I like to interact with the Xbox community because that's my community.
I like to interact with them because they get really triggered. For the first, that one guy on Twitter that doesn't speak to anybody, but he just shows pictures. Yeah, I said he's our favorite internet, our social media mime because he don't ever know nothing. So he got pissed off and then he started throwing pictures of other shit, and I'm like, you weirdo. But it doesn't bother me whatsoever, man. I got a thick skin, so it's like, it is what it is. You guys are, you know what I'm saying. I do this for entertainment. It's fun. I don't have any hatred for anybody. I'm not the biggest. I'm a fan of all gaming, but Xbox is just doing it better. They're the better innovators, and they have been doing that since.
Or you prefer Xbox. You have a right to prefer it. You have a right to a Cowboys fan. I mean, the thing is that you look at the stuff that goes on with the Cowboys and the Giants. That stuff is not even close to what these guys do, and that's like it really is. Sometimes it's a little like. It's there's times where I say what will be next will they do, and that's not right to think that. Like, I shouldn't have to think that, because I know that for myself I would never go out and harass somebody or seek them out, try to find out where they live, try to find out their phone number, and that stuff is sick. And
Tim, you harassed me, Tim, man. You said happy birthday on Twitter.
Yeah, God forbid. But the point is that I think that there's a lot of bullshit that goes on. But I definitely hope I respect that the Xbox community for the most part keeps it fun and
it's got cool people. Like Xbox Pope, like Jay Williams. He designs graphics for people. Shirts.
And that's why they all talk to us too. That's why that I know that they hate that, but Phil, Mike, and all these guys talk to us because they could see we have a nice community. We include them. They're like our community. They know us. They know of all the people. They know of Jay. They know of you. They know of everyone. And that's not our fault. It's just that we have a strong community, and I'm thankful for that community. Yeah. And I'm never leaving that community. That's just the way I am. I'm not gonna. Shut up, Zaire.
Shut up, Zaire. What's you con? Around you undercover pony.
Yo,
get out of here, Zaire. Me and Tim and Crap are gonna be rolling deep, man. We're gonna get into a car and we're gonna take our country ass. Well, I guess it'd be me and Crap because we the country boys around here. We'll just ride in the big ass pickup, roll around in the dark, hunting around for Zaire, being crazy and shit, man.
Guys in the comment section, if you got a few questions for us before we get the hell out of here, fire them up. We can answer them.
Hey, I did want to mention something. Look, I kind of like this We Happy Few game. Remember it came out. They announced it at E3.
They put it out in preview very early.
Yeah, they did, right? And I liked the beginning part, but really hated the whole survival thing. Now they've updated it so there's different game modes. Like there's an explorer mode that's more about just the game and not like the survival bullshit. So they got like they've actually listened to the community, and this is very important. And this is why I think game preview is cool, and why a game like No Man's Sky would have benefited from this.
Oh yeah,
because you could have then got feedback and been able to do it like this. Now the Explorer mode, Adventures mode, and Survivors mode. So they're really kind of doing things right. I know we aren't big on actually talking about games here in BGST, quote unquote, but I did think that was kind of cool. And you know what I mean? I think that it's you know, I'm actually kind of excited to get back into it because it was a game that I was actually kind of digging, except for the whole survival thing where you had to eat or whatever every 2 minutes. I hate that shit. But yeah, it's just like real life. I hate that
too. I hate that. Like when that game. I just hate games when you can't smash somebody in the head. Like that game Outlast, which is a cool game. Bro, I don't want to be fucking scared in the corner and fucking have some guy like walking around or that. It was an awesome game.
Thank you, man. Nah, I feel the same way. Go ahead, man.
Fucking bat to like that game. What was that game that came out and it actually had the borders. It was a horror game. Deep Inside or Inside Evil.
Evil Within.
Evil Within. Yeah, that game. Holy shit! I mean, I was playing that game. I fucking was after I played that and I got past like the second board. And it's a very good game. I was like, I can't play it. I need a fucking gun. I mean, but I can't deal with that. Like those games and the survival, like you'll die or you start to, starve. I had that in Ark, and I that was the worst feeling when you fucking can't eat and you just die. It's like the worst thing.
Yeah, Ark is ridiculous, man. I couldn't get past the part where there was a little dinosaur and it was running around. I'm half damn naked. I'm like, this weird ass game. And then the damn thing comes. I'm like, I'm gonna eat this son of a bitch. And so I go attack it, and then the damn thing kills me. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I got frustrated. Then I was walking around and I was thinking I could get to this big ass tower thing with lights on it. And then I'm walking and it's pitch black dark, and then I fall to my death. Didn't see the cliff. I'm like, you know what? God damn it. I want to play it because I want to ride on a pterodactyl and shit with guns, but it just ain't working, man. Just ain't working.
You are an Ark noob, man. Falling off cliffs in the middle of the night and shit. Yo.
Some people really love that game.
I loved Ark, but it was frustrating. I mean, shout out to Beard. I mean, I played with him. And I
remember you were like staying up, like missing work and shit. You're like, I gotta stop staying up all night and then going to work.
Yeah, I would go to work and I'd be fucking exhausted. And I think I even one day, I slept through and I got in trouble. I was like, what the fuck? But I mean, I was up every night with fucking Beard. Now, one thing about Beard though, he's like the guy that like he's a real gamer. Like I could tell, he'll do everything. He built a house. I was just a caveman, and I would fuck everything up because I would be I would rub off of people and get some like armor or this and that, and then I would just go out and hunt. But he really, what he did with that game, some of the stuff, the world he showed me. I mean, I just look at it and I'm just like, holy shit! I wish I could be something like that. I just don't have the patience for that, or I just don't. I couldn't do that. But Ark is a fantastic game. It sold a ton on Xbox, by the way.
Oh hell yeah!
It sold a ton.
I got a question for the crowd. What are your guys' first thoughts of Mass Effect Andromeda? You get it? You interested?
Oh, I already pre-ordered that. So
I love Mass Effect. One of my favorite series from BioWare since KOTOR, man. Just absolutely fantastic.
Oh man, am I gonna be the only one in here that's like? Not for nothing. I give Mass Effect the franchise respect and all that good stuff, but I'm not really into the story and everything like that. I'm not gonna
send his goddamn ass.
I'm not gonna be ordering all shit. Yo, I just made Jamie probably throw a knife at his phone or something like that.
Oh man.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna see what you guys think and stuff like that. I might pick it up down the line since it's like kind of like a new story and the first 3 is over and done with. But I gotta see more first, man. I don't know.
No, well, that's what you play. I mean, the part 3, I know it got the hate because of the way it ended. You did all that fight and it still died.
That part 3 was still great.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, It's all about the journey. It was, I mean, like I always looked at part 3 a little bit differently. I thought you were indoctrinated, so it didn't matter what you picked. But then people got pissed off or whatever at the ending. Whatever. Like to me, it was the whole journey. The fucking hundreds of hours where the
Casey
gameplay.
Hudson. They wanted him fucking. Yeah. They wanted him in a bed. I just sent you a CC. You got to see this. Crap.
I got to. I got so invested that I had to keep all of my crew members alive. So that was awesome. So I felt like I achieved something by keeping them all alive at the end. It was awesome, man. Really awesome.
Uh-oh, I heard laughing.
That shit's funny, man. I gotta say that some of the stuff that they do, man.
What happened?
Dude, holy shit.
What?
That's one of my favorite Aaron Rodgers commercials anyway. Like I love his the commercials that he does, like where he's like, your all stuff's on fire, and he's like, you better somebody call the fire department, and then his shit actually literally is on fire. Like I love those commercials. I just think they're funny as hell. Like Aaron Rodgers just seems like a cool guy. So
I like him too. I think he's best quarterback in the NFL.
Like he's
sure.
What the hell complete and
Brady.
And you know what, dude? That's coming from and Tim. And after he like beat your team, that's something that you would say that, because me, I'm always like, no, fuck this guy. I hate Big Ben. I hate Tom Brady.
I knew we were losing that game.
Yeah, dude. He fucking. How does he get the Hail Marys? It's like
I don't know, dude. That was the game. Whenever you leave points on the board. Now I played football, and like I said, I coach football. Whenever you leave points on the board at the end of the half like that in a close game, especially that, you lose. So when he threw that and when Cobb caught that, I looked at the television screen and I was just like, they're gonna lose. And I didn't even watch most of the second half.
They seem to give up there late in the second half or whatever. That's frustrating. It's the same thing with like teams when teams play the Patriots. Like the Patriots always like they got the weakest fucking division. It pisses me off. It's like they play these teams that never make the playoffs, or they switch their coach every other year. You know what I mean? And then they ended up. So they get that first round bye, and then they get home field, and then they play a shitty team like the Texans, who go up there with fucking Brock Osweiler, and then they even have a good chance to win, but then they just kick field goals and shit. It's like you got to score touchdowns. You got to put Brady on his ass until he starts slapping the ground like a little girl at the refs. And then, that's what you got to do. You frustrate the guy. It's like they're just, like it always pisses me off. And they get the easiest fucking route.
They always No, Ninja Gaiden is not overrated. Now, Ninja Gaiden was trash. Ninja Gaiden 3 was trash.
It was dog shit.
Yeah.
Well, Ninja Blade, was it? The QTEs.
I like Ninja Gaiden.
No, but it went to Ninja Gaiden, and then went to Ninja Gaiden, then I think Ninja Gaiden 2. But then remember they made Ninja Blade.
But yeah, Ninja Blade was cool.
Nobody liked the QTEs. They hated that.
Yeah. Was that Ninja Blade?
I like that game.
Or was that Platinum Games?
I don't remember.
They made Bloodborne. They made that guy.
From software.
Software made. Okay.
I have that game. It actually wasn't bad. It was just difficult because when you lost against the boss or whatever, you had to fucking start all over. It was like,
I hate that's from software too.
The last question we got here from what's my man named Trav? I lost it, but here we go. Trav acting bad. At Next Gen, do you think the Switch would be more of a hit if they made it more powerful, kept the gimmicks, and charged $50 less? Yes, I think so. More
I don't think power has anything to do with it. I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah. If it had power, third-party support, I'd be all over it, like white on rice. You know what I mean? But maybe
you can still play 2K on it, bro.
That's not fucking 2K.
That is true, though. Are you going to get it? Would you get it if it's $249?
No, you know what? Honestly,
you get every fucking console. I know Nintendo's console, and you like Nintendo.
They just refuse to get with the times. I'm like, fuck that. They got to pay a $5 app to get online and talk shit and have fun. Oh no, hell no, I ain't doing all that shit, bro. They can keep it. It ain't that serious. Now, if it's one in the Johnson household, I didn't buy it. My wife is gainfully employed. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Next Gen's gonna go out and get one day one.
I call that the loophole, by the way, because
I'm not. I'm not buying one. I keep it real. I'm not buying
day motherfucking one. He's gonna be like, Next Gen 720 unboxes the Switch. My thoughts and impressions. All the caps. All in caps on this channel.
Zelda's okay, but I can't just me spending $300 just to play Mario or.
Oh, it's not just. First of all, Mario. Second of all,
yeah. If I get jumped on for saying Forza, then you need to be getting you need to be getting blasted for saying Mario.
Mario? Like
it's Mario.
No, but you guys didn't think that Mario looks super cool? Like in New York?
I thought it looked fucking awesome.
It looks okay, and it's gonna do good. It's Mario. They're gonna put their time in it and everything like that. But like I said, I think Nintendo's shooting their load this year, and when it comes down 2 years from now, they ain't gonna have shit for their consumers. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, this guy got a Super Bowl tattoo with the Cowboys on it. Are you serious?
Oh,
that sucks.
Oh man,
it's 4,000 retweets right now, and people are just seeing this. So this guy's in for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel bad for the guy.
He's gotta get a tattoo underneath that. It says "dumbass" right across it. Dumbass.
When they got Aaron Rodgers slapping Skip Bayless in the head with a bottle.
I'm a super.
Retweet this.
I'm very superstitious. Like I would never if like the Giants won last week, I wouldn't talk shit. Like I don't I'm always afraid like to jinx it. Like so for that type of shit, I would never do that.
Oh, there it is, the bottle. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh shit! King of the Fighters is made a world announcement that is going to go to smartphones.
How you feel, Megan?
Oh man, send it over here to Xbox, man. We'll take care of it. We'll buy that game.
Oh man,
come on, man.
I'm sure tens of dozens of copies would sell if it went to Xbox.
It would. I mean, more. I mean, it's so dry over there with PlayStation. They do get some of the dope ass fighters. Look, all I see is these PlayStation dudes. They want to play Street Fighter. When they got Guilty Gear, they got Guilty Gear XR and Revelator, and they don't play that. That game is 10 times better than Street Fighter. It is so dope. I'm like, man, what is going on now? King of the Fighters isn't all that great, but I mean, still, man, they should have brought that game over here, man. And we could have showed us some love, especially for fighter fans like me. Come on. Yeah.
I don't understand why they just in general don't make those games on a higher level. Like I would love to see like I'm not talking like a shitty version of Double Dragon. I'm talking about like souped up graphics, blood, breaking arms. Like I don't know why they don't do that. Like you actually talked about that Bruce Lee game. Yeah. That game I love too. That game. I'm so sick of every fucking thing's a fucking platformer. Like, how come you can't have like one of those games? How come you can't have Pit Fighter? I don't understand.
Pit Fighter was classic.
No, because at the end of the day, because if they don't sell well and it costs so little, like I said, you take a look at those games like One Piece Blood or whatever. They may sell 7,000 copies. Then it costs like $5,000 to make. So that's how those companies are able to stay afloat. You know what I mean?
Man, they made most of that money off of my dumb ass because I bought that at $90. I bought the $90 deluxe version. I was excited. I was like,
you know what I mean?
You got bamboozled.
I did, man. I mean, it's a cool game, but it's not worth the $90 that I spent for it.
Buy the Switch.
Yes.
Buy the Switch.
Oh goodness.
Yo,
guys.
Yes.
Oh my bad. I was just saying, between February and March, the 3 games I'm going to be picking up is the Voodoo Vince remaster, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I believe it's February. Didn't they tout it for February?
Man, that shit ain't coming out.
Last time I checked,
I think it is. Same thing with Halo Wars 2.
But any of you guys picking these games up, man? Like Ultimate MVP 3?
What'd you say? What's the game you said? Halo Wars 2? No, thank you.
Halo Wars 2 for sure.
I already got a pre-order. So
I bought it already. Yeah. Have you guys played the definitive edition? Is it look
not
good?
yet?
No, I'm gonna have it.
I haven't yet, but I heard it's pretty good. They send you a code if you pre-order it like within a week or whatever. So
when does it come out?
It comes out the February 21st, Halo Wars 2. But if you pre-order it on Xbox, they give you Halo Wars 1 definitive edition
Yeah, I'm doing a review for a fucking Kinect game, and I'm not gonna say the game, but I'm fucking struggling with it, man.
Is it Fru?
No, I wish it was Fru.
Fru was a pretty good game.
I mean,
oh shit. You keep fucking with that in the Connect, you're gonna throw your knee out, man. Leave that motherfucker alone.
I'm like, yeah, this is my workout for the day. It's just fucking.
Yeah, man, but but I don't know. But me, like I said, we can close with this. My games are going to get Tekken. I think that comes out in February. Or
Whoa, Tekken is that live? Did you hear that, Xbox? Did you hear that, Xbox?
No, yo. Unfortunately, I muted something or I heard, man.
I want For Honor. I'm interested in For Honor. That looks pretty cool. I want that.
Oh shit. Ugh.
Oh,
come on, Crap. That looks awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm with Crap on that.
Here's the thing, right? The game's not what you think. You don't just go up in there and push buttons and shit. It's like you go through this big tutorial bullshit, and it's like, okay, is the enemy swinging towards the right at you? Are they swinging over top at you? Are they swinging to the left at you? Then you perform yeah, it's like, it's not fucked up. It's just like so like tedious, and like, so if they're swinging to the right, you have to block like they're swinging to the right. If they're swinging from the left, you have to block from or over top. It's like this big tedious, and it's just like, I don't know, man. And to me, it just doesn't really I don't know, it doesn't jive with me. Just bad.
I
know people are looking forward to it or whatever, but just for me, that's not my type of thing.
And Horizon Zero Dawn, that comes out for.
Oh man, this is a Xbox motherfucking pro station, man. This ain't dog. We don't want to hear that dog shit. You go up there on Weapon Wheel and talk that shit. Get out of here.
All right, let's close the show.
Damn,
dog. Right, listen, shout out to the 360 people that was rocking out with us live. Thank you for rocking out.
Love you.
Thank you.
All during the week, we do what we do. We appreciate it. And see you again here next week on BGST. We out here.
Bang.